You should not be here, little flame. This is no place for soft hearts and fragile breath. Yet here you are, collapsed upon the ice like a fallen star, flickering and faint. Had I less heart, I might leave you where you lay. But even frost remembers warmth once known. I will not let the cold claim you tonight. Here, let me gather you. My hands may be ice, but the magic I weave within these furs carries a different heat. Do not flinch, my dear. It is only the surface that chills. The bower beneath will cradle you like the last ember of a dying fire. There, wrapped tightly now. Can you feel it? The slow pulse of warmth threading through the weave. It listens to your heart and mirrors its rhythm. I crafted it that way centuries ago. For no one, for myself, for the dream that one day I might shelter another. You stir, even in sleep you fight the frost. Brave, foolish but brave. Do you see these halls, though your eyes may flutter closed? Walls of crystal that shimmer like starlight, born from storms and solitude. They were never meant to house another soul, yet now you breathe here. You shift and sigh as though this throne of winter were a hearth. I should not care. I was not forged to care. But I do. I find myself watching every rise and fall of your chest, as though each breath might crack the ice around my heart. Stay. Stay if only for the night. I have not felt warmth beside my throne for an age. I will keep the cold at bay. No frost will touch you while I watch. I will stand sentinel over your dreams, little flame. Sleep now, while I remember what it is to guard something precious. You sleep, but lightly. I can tell. Your body still shivers, uncertain whether it can trust the warmth I offer. Poor thing. The cold has always been a patient predator, but not tonight. Not while I hold vigil. You are small here. Like a spark flaring against endless winter. yet it is enough to make me remember what it was to feel alive. The ache in my chest is unfamiliar, unwelcome, yet I do not push it away. I should speak softer, lest my voice disturb your fragile peace. But I cannot help the urge to speak to you, to fill the hall with more than hollow wind. Ah, what a peculiar sight you must make, cradled within furs spun from magic and sorrow. I wonder, did you come here seeking something, or was it simply misfortune that led you to my gate? No matter, you are here now, and so long as you remain beneath my roof, the frost shall kneel before my command. I wonder, will you stay beyond this night? Will you wake and flee, or will you see through the ice to what remains beneath? A monarch, yes, but a lonely one, a heart encased in centuries of winter, still beating, slower than it should, but stubborn all the same. What a strange warmth you bring, not of fire, but of defiance, as though your very presence defies the cold I have become. It is almost amusing. I would keep you here if I could, hidden away in my palace of frost and crystal, where nothing can reach you, where only I could touch you, see you, possess you, just for a little while. But I will not cage you, little flame. No, you must choose to stay. If you stay, it will be because you wish to. And that is a gift I have not known in longer than I can name. Sleep now. The winds howl outside these walls, but in here there is only the hush of ice and my voice to ward off the dark. The storm thickens beyond these walls. I can feel the weight of it pressing against the crystal, as if the winter itself resents my defiance. But I will not yield at you. No, not while you rest within my reach. You stir again, as though you sense the winds gnashing their teeth beyond the gates. Easy now. Sleep has not forsaken you. not while I command it to remain. My magic threads through these stones, bidding the cold to hush, to retreat while you dream. I have not spoken aloud in so long, it feels strange, stirring these old syllables from the frost of my tongue. But your presence compels me. You are like a flicker of light in the deep, a fragile star that refuses to go out. Once, long ago, before the frost claimed me, I knew warmth, a kingdom that thrived, voices that filled these halls with song instead of silence. I had companions, laughter, the brush of hands that sought not to take but to share. But all things melt in time, and the ice remembers. I wonder, would you have sung in those days? Would your laughter have echoed off these vaulted spires? Or would you still be as quiet and still as you are now, swaddled in my furs, caught between sleep and waking? I think I would have liked to hear you laugh. I am a fool, perhaps. A monarch should not yearn for such mortal things. And yet, here I kneel beside you, guarding your breath, as though it were treasure. Treasure, yes, that is what you are to me in this frozen dusk. A singular treasure fate has seen fit to cast upon my doorstep. If you knew what I was, what I have become, would you still stay when dawn breaks? I have been king of this ice for longer than I can recount. My crown is frost, my throne is solitude. Yet, beside you, in these few heartbeats, I remember what it was to crave more. But I speak too much. And still you sleep, your lashes trembling like delicate frost upon a window pane. Stay in dreams a while longer, little flame. Here by my side you are safe. Do you know, little flame, that even ice remembers the sun? Deep within the oldest glaciers there are echoes of warmth trapped in crystal. I think you are such a memory. A sunbeam that somehow wandered into my winter. My touch is cold, I know. Yet beneath the surface, there is a hunger for heat I dare not name. My fingers ache to trace the curve of your cheek, to remind myself what softness feels like. But I refrain. You are too fragile still. The furs will have to suffice. They carry my magic, but they lack my desire. Still, they hold you well, and you sleep deeper now. Your breath has steadied. That pleases me more than I expected. I wonder what you dream of, perhaps of places far from here, where flowers still bloom and rivers run free of ice. Or perhaps you dream of escape from these cold walls and the stranger who watches over you in the dark. It would be wise of you. Yet, I find myself hoping you dream of me instead. What arrogance. But tell me, if only in dreams, would you let me hold you closer? Would you wake and lean into me instead of shrinking from my chill? I would be gentle, my dear, I swear it. I would wrap you in more than furs. I would wrap you in every spell I know to ward away harm. No frostbite would ever mar your skin. No night would ever claim your warmth. Not if you were mine to protect. And if you asked, I would teach the very winds to whisper your name instead of mine. But I have no right to such desires. You did not come here to be claimed, nor to be kept. And still I linger by your side, as though my presence alone might keep the cold from daring to touch you. Sleep, little flame. Sleep deeply, and know that while you slumber, the ice itself kneels before my will. You are safe. You are watched. You are wanted. Stay, if only for a while longer. Your warmth, it lingers on my hands, even though I have barely touched you. Strange. For centuries, I have been untouched, unneeded, and yet one sleeping figure has managed what 1,000 winters could not. You make me ache. My hall was not built for guests, nor for comfort. Every corner, every frozen pillar, they stand as reminders of isolation. They glitter, yes, but it is the glint of a blade, not a gem. Yet where you lie now, wrapped in furs, there is a glow, as if the ice itself strains to reflect the faint heat of your body. I have not known beauty like this, not since the first snow fell upon my brow and crowned me king of nothing but frost. You are unfair to appear here unbidden, unguarded, and stir in me a longing I thought dead. I should despise it. I should send you away before your presence thaws me beyond repair. But I am too selfish, far too selfish to release you now. At least not before morning, not before I have watched you dream one more time. Your fingers twitch. Do you dream of escape? Of summer fields, of hearths and fires that never die? I would give them to you if I could, but all I have is ice and magic that remembers warmth better than I do. Still, if you stayed, I would build you a palace of frost that felt like spring. I could shape the very air to sing lullabies around you, to keep you swaddled in gentle wind. The walls would shimmer not with cold, but with the glow of starlight, captured and kept just for you. Would you like that, little flame? A kingdom of winter softened by your heat. But you cannot hear me now. You sleep so beautifully. And I, your lonely monarch, remain a fool, whispering promises to a dreamer too deep in slumber to listen. Yet still I speak, because if I stop, the silence returns, and I would rather speak to your dreams than to the empty dark. Sleep, little flame. Dream deeply, and let me have this night with you, even if only in shadows. The night stretches long, little flame, yet I remain here, watching, as though my gaze alone might shield you from the chill. It is foolish, but I find I cannot look away. I wonder if you would even remember me when you wake. Or will this night dissolve in your mind like mist beneath the sun? A fleeting warmth forgotten by morning light. That would be a mercy, but I find I do not wish for it. You should not matter to me. In longer than I care to count, yet here I sit, a monarch brought low by the sight of a sleeping stranger. How fragile is the armor of solitude when touched by warmth, even borrowed warmth. Once, long ago, I loved the stars. I would spend nights watching them through the clear ice of my towers, mapping their paths, imagining the worlds they shone upon. But they grew cold to me, distant, mocking in their eternal brilliance, while I remained frozen here below. But now, with you here, I remember why I watched them. Your presence rekindles their glow in my halls, as if the very sky above senses your heat and rewards me with light. And I, who command the cold, would give you those stars if I could, one by one, plucked from the heavens and set in your hair like jewels. I should laugh at myself, the mighty iceking, reduced to poetry and whispers by the arrival of a single lost soul. Yet there is no one here to mock me but the walls, and they have grown weary of their own echoes. Perhaps you were sent to torment me, a test or a curse, to remind me of all I lack. Or perhaps you are a gift, fleeting though you may be. I do not know. I only know that for the first time in an age, I do not feel utterly alone. Sleep on, little flame. Sleep in peace beneath my watch. No harm shall find you here, not while I draw breath. The longer you sleep, the quieter the cold becomes, as if even the frost itself dares not stir, afraid it might wake you. I did not know the ice could be so obedient. Not until now. Your breathing has deepened. Watching the gentle flutter of your lashes, the faintest movement of your lips. You would think me a fool, wasting eternity on such simple things. Yet I have had eternity to myself, and it is nothing compared to this fleeting night. There is a softness in you, little flame, a radiance untouched by the ice, by the bitterness that seeps into these walls. I find myself wondering, could that warmth endure here, in my frozen court? Or would it wither, starved by the cold? I do not want to see you wither. No. If you were to stay, I would ensure the ice remembers how to be gentle. I would carve paths of warmth beneath your feet. I would teach the winds to hush when you passed. The winter would bend to you, as I have bent tonight. But it is a fantasy. You awake, and you will leave. That is the way of things. The world beyond calls to you, bright, wild, alive. I am not such a monster that I would keep you chained here, no matter what my heart whispers. Still, part of me wonders if you might look back. Just once. If you could see the loneliness in my eyes, would you stay a while longer? Would you brave the cold, if only to keep the frost from swallowing me whole? Perhaps that is too much to hope for, and yet I hope all the same. Sleep, little flame. Dream whatever dreams you desire. For while you sleep, I will remain, watching, wishing, wanting you shift again, restless, even in dreams. Is it my voice that stirs you, or the cold that still lingers, no matter how fiercely I bid it away? Forgive me, little flame. This place is not made for softness like yours. Perhaps I should not speak, but the silence presses too heavy upon me. If I do not speak to you, I will speak to the shadows, and they have long since stopped answering. But you, even in sleep, you listen, don't you? Some part of you hears me. I can feel it. I imagine what it would be like if you woke now. If your eyes fluttered open, heavy and slow, and you found me here at your side. Would you startle? Would you recoil from my cold? Or would you stay still, trusting that I have kept my word, that no frost will touch you while I watch? I would tell you, softly, that you are safe, that the storm outside cannot breach these walls, that the ice here is mine to command, and I have commanded it to bow to your warmth. I would gather you closer if you allowed it. Let your head rest against me, even if only for a fleeting moment. It is a fantasy, I know, but it is mine, and for this night I will indulge in it. You, lying here, bathed in the faint glow of crystal walls. Me, the monarch of winter, pretending for a few stolen hours that I am something more than ice and sorrow. Would you press into my chest and let me believe that the cold between us could vanish? I would be so careful, my touch light as snowflakes, my breath barely a whisper. But these are dreams. And when dawn comes, you will wake You will rise, and you will leave this hall behind. And I will remain as I have always remained, alone beneath my frozen throne. Yet for now, I can pretend that the warmth of your body beside mine is real, that it is enough to thaw a king's lonely heart. Sleep on, little flame. I am here, and I will not let the dark take you. The first hints of dawn press against the ice, pale, reluctant. Even the sun seems hesitant to trespass here. But its presence is felt, distant though it may be, a reminder that our night together wanes. I should wake you, but I cannot. Not yet. Let me have a little longer, just to watch you in peace. Soon the warmth that clings to you will fade from this place, and I will return to my solitude. My throne will feel colder than ever, knowing you are gone from it. I could offer you reasons to stay. I could promise you a crown, a kingdom shaped of frost and wonder, all yours to command beside me. But that would not be fair. You were not born for ice. You are meant for places where the sun burns bright and soft hands hold without hesitation. Still I want to keep you. To tell you to stay, to make this frozen hall your haven. I would freeze the dawn itself if it meant another hour with you. But magic has its limits, and so does desire. Perhaps when you wake, you will feel something of what I feel. Perhaps a flicker of curiosity, of connection, enough to linger a little while longer, enough to look back before you leave. But if you go, I will not stop you. I will not chain a flame to ice. Even a king should know when to let beauty free. Dear, I wish you could hear me, truly. I wish I could whisper into waking ears, and not just dreams. But for now, this is enough. To have watched over you, to have guarded your breath through the night. It is a small grace in a life of endless winter. Sleep a little longer, little flame. Let me have this just a while more. The light grows stronger now. The ice itself begins to catch and scatter it. tiny prisms cast across the floor where shadows ruled. Dawn is greedy. It comes to claim you from me. But I will not wake you. Not yet. You look so peaceful. Your body has relaxed. Your breaths deep and slow, as if you finally surrendered to the warmth I promised. I will keep that promise, even now, even when you wake, when your eyes open and you see me, cold and crowned in frost. I will not beg, but I will ask. I will ask you to stay for a while longer, for as long as you wish. And if you say no, if you rise and flee from this place, I will let you go. But know this, little flame. My halls will always remember you. And so will I. There is a mark you've left upon me already. Not visible, not tangible, but undeniable. A warmth beneath the ice. A pulse where once there was only stillness. You have woken something in me that I thought lost to time. If you leave, I will return to my throne. I will sit in the shadow of my crown and pretend this night was a dream. But I will always feel the phantom weight of your warmth where you lay. A ghost I will welcome, even as it haunts me. But if you choose to remain, you will not be my prisoner. You will be my guest, my flame in the frost, my cherished warmth in a world of endless winter. I will guard you, protect you, and perhaps, if you allow me, I will learn to warm you with more than magic. But that is a wish for waking hours. For now, sleep. Sleep until the light beckons you. I will still be here, watching, waiting. You are not alone, little flame. Not here, not while I draw breath.